NASA is catering humanity for alien contact. In Star Wars, running into an extraterrestrial isn't a big deal. When Luke Skywalker meets the massive hairy Chewbacca, he doesn't blink. However, not every fictitious encounter with aliens goes as neatly. We frequently speculate what aliens would look like and how we would respond to encountering them, from books like H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds to movies like E.T. Scientists are no different. Some are interested in finding life simply for the sake of curiosity, because people have always been fascinated about the unknown. Finding extraterrestrial life would be one of the most significant discoveries in human history. Others are interested in finding out how these aliens are similar to life on Earth. They inquire about things like the habits that aliens can survive in. What can we learn from them if they are intelligent beings? How similar is life on Earth to life elsewhere in the universe? However, there is still a crucial query that needs to be addressed. In this video, we'll learn how NASA is preparing the world for alien contact. Let's start off by defining aliens. What appearance do they have? Aliens would likely be significantly different from life as we know it on Earth. According to scientists who have hypothesized, their extraterrestrial life could be based on a molecule other than DNA. Water can be another factor that sets extraterrestrial life apart from that on Earth. All life on Earth, including human beings, depends on liquid water. However, because they are either too hot or too cold, a lot of the situations in space prevent liquid water from existing. It's possible that there are additional liquids like liquid nitrogen or liquid methane. Aliens who don't rely on liquid water may use strange chemistry to survive. However, alien life might not even be recognisable because of how different it is from earthly life. Life has no definite definition. It's possible that future researchers won't be able to tell whether something is alive if they discover something wholly unanticipated. We must first define what we understand by living, before we can search for life elsewhere in the universe. But what are the possibilities of life existing on other planets? The majority of scientists concur that there is a good chance that life will exist on planets other than Earth in an infinite universe. On any planet in our solar system. However, it seems improbable to find well-known life forms. Liquid water makes up the majority of all life as we know it, from single-celled organisms to people. So, a planet that supports life cannot be too cold or too hot, because if it is, all of the water will either evaporate or freeze and become unusable. Earth's neighbouring planets are too warm and too cold, respectively, depending on how close to the sun they are. While the surface of Mars is frozen solid, the surface of Venus, for instance, is hot enough to melt lead and would annihilate any living thing. Given that we will need to examine the planetary systems of the estimated 100 trillion stars in the universe, the real question is whether we will ever locate the planet we're seeking. And if we do discover that planet, will we be able to identify the life that it supports? There is no practical reason to believe that life as we know it will be found circling a star many light years beyond our solar system. We are extremely constrained in our capacity to even consider the subject because there is so much that we don't understand. Let's move on to the main course and now discuss how NASA is addressing the possibility of alien life. According to reports, the US space agency NASA has already attracted 24 academics to a program at Princeton University's Center for Theological Inquiry (CTI) in New Jersey. The center's major goal is to create bridges of understanding between academics from diverse disciplines, scientists and policymakers on global challenges, for which it was awarded a $1.1 million NASA grant in 2014. The initiative intends to evaluate how the world's major religions might respond to the possibility of life being somewhere other than Earth, and how such a discovery may affect the idea of God and creation. Based on his studies at Princeton, Davison will publish a book titled Astrobiology, and Christian Doctrine that will examine the potential of God producing life elsewhere in the cosmos. Davison emphasizes that the likelihood of discovering alien life is increasing. Religious traditions would be an important feature in how humanity would work through any such confirmation of life elsewhere. Davidson shared in a blog post on the University of Cambridge site. This British publication, The Times, obtained a copy of his book, and it states that many people would consult their religious traditions for direction regarding what alien life implies for the status and dignity of human life. Other religious leaders have stated that the discovery of extraterrestrial life will not have an impact on Christian, Jewish or Islamic teaching, citing Bishop of Buckingham Alan Wilson, Rabbi of Maidenhead Synagogue Jonathan Romain, and Imam Kwari Asim of the Makar Mosque in Leeds. Meanwhile, Carl Pilcher, a former head of NASA's Astrobiology Institute, said that the agency hired theologians to consider the implications of applying the tools of late 20th and early 21st century science to questions that had been considered in religious traditions for hundreds and thousands of years. The concept that Earth is the sole planet having life on it is rejected by Pilcher. That's just inconceivable when there are over 100 billion stars in this galaxy and over 100 billion galaxies in the universe. Last week, CTI director Will Storer told The Times that NASA's objective for the program was serious scholarship being published in books and journals, to address the profound wonder and mystery and implication of finding microbial life on another planet. We may not discover life for 100 years, or we may discover it next week, a NASA expert told. These inquiries are being made by organisations other than NASA. Several seminarians attend Duila de Mello's seminar at Catholic University, where she teaches astronomy and physics. She says they frequently raise the possibility of extraterrestrial intelligence and discuss what it may entail for the Catholic Church. If we are the products of creation, why couldn't we have life evolving on other planets as well? There's nothing to say otherwise, De Mello told the Washington Post in August. There is no conflict between believing in God and the possibility of extraterrestrial brethren, who may be more advanced than humans, according to the head astronomer for the Vatican in 2008. In my opinion, the possibility of life on other planets exists, said Joe Gabriel Funes, a 45-year-old Jesuit priest, who serves as the director of the Vatican Observatory and Pope Benedict's scientific advisor. In any case, Pope Francis has stated that he would be willing to perform a baptism if an immigrant arrived at the Vatican and demanded to be baptized. Every step in the scientific method involves asking questions, formulating hypotheses, creating fresh ways to find hints, and excluding all other possibilities. Any specific findings must be verified through additional tests and independent research because it might not be entirely explained by a biological process. What do you think about NASA's intriguing efforts to educate the public about the possibility of extraterrestrial life, while also examining how these discoveries may affect people of various religions' beliefs? This is an excellent move that has the potential to lead many new arguments and insights on human nature and how we see the idea of alien life.